Buddy Hield has quickly shown his value as a critical addition to the Golden State Warriors, stepping into a role that fans and analysts worried might be impossible to fill. With Klay Thompson's departure, there were big questions about who could step up to deliver the scoring, consistency, and energy Klay brought to the team for so many years. When the Warriors signed Hield, the optimism was cautious. Many saw him as a solid contributor, but few anticipated just how electrifying his presence would become. In a short time, Hield has not only met but far exceeded expectations, becoming a vital part of the Warriors' strong start to the season. Through his first 6 games with the Warriors, Hield has already made a mark on the record books, joining the exclusive company of Steph Curry. He's become just the second player in NBA history to sink more than 30 three-pointers in the first 6 games of a season, a feat Curry himself has achieved 5 times in his career. This early season performance has Warriors fans buzzing. Hield isn't just filling a role, he's making history and lighting up the court in ways few could have foreseen. By the 7th game, Hield's numbers have been remarkable. He's averaging 21.9 points, 4.3 rebounds, and 2.4 assists per game, shooting an impressive 51% from the field, 50% from three-point range, and 86% from the free throw line. To put that in perspective, he's hitting 50% from beyond the arc on 9.4 attempts per game, a testament to his skill and fearless approach when his team needs him most. This level of accuracy and volume has made him a constant threat and a game changer in the Warriors' offense. While it's reasonable to expect these numbers to balance out over the season due to the law of averages, Hield's impact goes far beyond the stats. He's infused the team with energy and confidence, especially valuable when they've had to play without Steph Curry. Even with Curry missing 3 early games, the Warriors have managed a strong 7-1 start, thanks in no small part to Hield's ability to step up as a true replacement for Klay. Buddy Hield's start with the Warriors has been nothing short of extraordinary. He's not only proving to be a perfect fit for their style of play, but is also providing the stability and firepower they need. If his early season form continues, the Warriors may have found the piece they need to keep their championship hopes alive. This season, Buddy Hield has taken his three-point shooting to an incredible level, showing some of the best efficiency and volume among all players in the NBA. His accuracy from beyond the arc is not only impressive, but it's also making a strong impact for his team. Currently, Hield leads the league in three-point shooting percentage among players who have taken at least 50 three-point attempts, boasting a remarkable 50% accuracy rate from deep. This level of precision is no small feat, especially when you consider that he was already an elite three-point shooter last season, finishing with a strong 38% from beyond the arc. But this year, he's been able to push his shooting to an even higher level, consistently draining shots from a distance that most players struggle to master. Hield has also significantly increased his three-point volume this season, averaging 9.4 three-point attempts per game, a noticeable jump from his 6.8 attempts per game last season. This increase in attempts has translated to a career-high average of 4.7 made threes per game. What makes this even more impressive is that Hield is achieving these numbers while coming off the bench. His shooting is impactful regardless of the role he's playing, showing his adaptability and reliability as a shooter. His bench production has elevated him as one of the most potent shooting threats in the league, especially in key moments where spacing and accuracy are critical. When we break down his shooting even further, the stats reveal just how efficient he's been in different shooting situations. For instance, he's shooting an outstanding 60.5% on catch-and-shoot three-pointers. This catch-and-shoot accuracy places him first among all players who have attempted at least 20 of these shots, a massive improvement from his 41.8% efficiency on catch-and-shoot threes last season. This ability to consistently knock down catch-and-shoot opportunities has made him a reliable outlet for teammates driving to the hoop who know they can trust Hield to capitalize on open looks. Hield's skill isn't limited to catch-and-shoot opportunities either. He's also shown progress with his pull-up three-point shooting. This season, he's hitting pull-up threes at a 36.0% clip, which ranks him 17th among 33 players who have attempted at least 20 pull-up threes. While this percentage may not seem as eye-catching as his catch-and-shoot percentage, it's an improvement over last season's 30.2% on pull-up attempts. With a long season ahead, Hield has time to refine this skill even further, and there's potential for him to climb higher in this category as he continues to find his rhythm. His shooting accuracy from different areas of the floor is another testament to his versatility and improvement. Hield is converting an incredible 58.8% on corner threes, placing him fourth among players who have taken at least 15 shots from the corner. This high corner three percentage makes him a prime target in a spot many teams rely on for efficient scoring. Additionally, his accuracy from above the break, which is often a more challenging shot due to increased distance, is also impressive. He's hitting 46.9% from above the break, which ranks him third among players who've attempted at least 40 of these shots. This combination of efficiency from both the corner and above the break has made him a valuable weapon from all areas beyond the arc. If we were to project his stats based on a per 36-minute metric, Hield's three-point numbers are even more astounding. Per 36 minutes, he would be averaging 6.6 made threes on 13.2 attempts per game, which would rank as the most in the league for both three-pointers made and attempted. This hypothetical projection highlights the volume and consistency he's been able to bring to the court, even with limited minutes. Overall, Hield's shooting success this season is a combination of increased volume, versatility, and efficiency. He's capitalizing on opportunities from every spot on the perimeter, whether he's catching and shooting, pulling up, or firing from the corner. As the season progresses, there's potential for him to become an even more prolific shooter, especially as he continues to adjust and refine his pull-up shooting. With his current trajectory, Hield is establishing himself as one of the premier three-point shooters in the NBA, contributing in ways that few other players in the league can match. This season, Buddy Hield has emerged as a surprising defensive asset, particularly when it comes to guarding the three-point line. His defensive three-point field goal percentage currently sits at an impressive 24%. That's a significant leap from last season when it was at 40.1%. This jump reflects a considerable improvement in Hield's defensive efforts on the perimeter and speaks to the focused development he's shown since last season. Among 151 players who have defended at least 25 three-point attempts so far this season, Hield ranks 11th. This isn't just a ranking, it's a statement, particularly given that he currently boasts a better defensive three-point field goal percentage than elite perimeter defenders like Jason Tatum, Lou Dort, Jalen Suggs, and OG Anunoby. In the modern era of basketball where spacing and three-point shooting dominate offensive strategies, three-point defense has become an invaluable asset. Offenses are now centered around creating high-quality looks from deep, which makes it crucial for defenses to contest these shots tightly, pushing shooters into less comfortable attempts. It's no longer enough just to be a good offensive player. Teams now place a premium on players who can also guard the perimeter effectively. This is where Buddy Hield's newfound defensive prowess makes him exceptionally valuable as a player. Not only does he shoot the three at an elite rate, but he's also proving himself capable of limiting his opponent's success from beyond the arc. This dual capability, being able to hit threes efficiently and hinder opposing shooters' success, is a rare skill set. While Hield hasn't historically been celebrated for his defensive abilities, his early season improvements in this area indicate that he's worked on becoming a more well-rounded player. This season has only just begun, so it's too early to call Hield a legitimate 3-and-D player. True 3-and-D players are rare and highly sought after because of their ability to contribute effectively on both ends of the floor. Teams are often willing to offer substantial contracts in free agency or trade valuable assets to acquire such players. Hield is showing flashes of this potential, and his development this season gives reason to believe that he could work his way into this elite category. Teams around the league covet players like this, and Hield's steady progression toward this archetype could make him an invaluable asset moving forward. Hield's emergence as a defensive presence is also part of what made him so attractive to the Golden State Warriors this past offseason. The Warriors, a team known for their own perimeter sharpshooter in Stephen Curry, reportedly had serious interest in Hield. They recognized that pairing Hield's efficient shooting and growing defensive skills with Curry's all-time shooting ability could have made for a formidable combination. Curry, himself often overlooked for his defensive contributions, could have benefited from sharing the perimeter with another player who could defend as well as shoot. Ultimately, this season represents a turning point for Buddy Hield, who is showing signs of becoming a more complete player. If he continues this trend, he may well establish himself as a genuine 3-and-D threat, a player every team would love to have. His journey is a reminder of how important versatility is in the modern NBA, where players are increasingly expected to contribute on both ends of the floor. For Hield, this season is the start of what could be a reputation shift, and for his team, it's an encouraging development in their quest for success. Buddy Hield has been making notable strides in his perimeter defense this season, but an area he still needs to improve upon is his non-perimeter, or two-point defense. This aspect includes defending in the paint, guarding against drives, holding his own in post-up situations, and performing in isolation defense scenarios. Despite his impressive perimeter defensive stats, his two-point defense has been underwhelming and is an area that could use significant improvement. This season, Hield has a defensive two-point field goal percentage of 64.4%, which marks a noticeable decline from his 55.8% mark last season. This percentage is concerning, especially when we consider how it compares across the league. Among 101 players who have defended at least 50 two-point attempts this season, Hield ranks 94th. When focusing solely on guards, his standing is even more concerning. He ranks 37th out of 40 guards who have defended at least 50 two-point attempts this season. This reflects a further drop from last season's already challenging performance, where he ranked 34th among 40 guards who defended 650 two-point attempts. The good news for Hield is that this season is still in its early stages, meaning there's time to work on these defensive gaps. Additionally, he has the benefit of playing alongside elite defenders like Draymond Green, Andrew Wiggins, and Gary Payton-Sue. Each of these players excels in various aspects of defense, from on-ball pressure to help defense, and Hield could learn valuable techniques from them to enhance his own interior defensive capabilities. Improving his two-point defense could make a significant difference, not only for his own game, but also for the team as a whole. Better two-point defense from Hield would relieve some of the defensive burden from the front court players and enhance the team's overall defensive versatility. By focusing on learning from his teammates and actively working on his technique in interior and isolation defense, Hield has a realistic chance of improving his standing in this critical area. As Hield continues his growth in perimeter defense, expanding his skills to cover interior and isolation scenarios could make him a more balanced defender. This could help him avoid being targeted by opposing teams who see him as a defensive liability near the basket. Working with players like Green, Wiggins, and Payton provides him with a unique opportunity to refine his defensive skills across the board. In conclusion, Buddy Hield's arrival with the Golden State Warriors has brought renewed energy, versatility, and a strong shooting presence that the team desperately needed after Klay Thompson's departure. While Hield's stellar start in three-point shooting has quickly established him as a vital offensive contributor, his commitment to improving defensively signals that he's striving to be a well-rounded player. From his record-breaking three-point shooting in the first 6 games to his surprising leap in perimeter defense, Hield is showing the league that he's not merely a one-dimensional player. His effort to adapt and take on a larger defensive role showcases his dedication to contributing to the Warriors' success on both ends of the floor. Moving forward, there's a lot to look forward to for the Warriors. Hield's ability to both score efficiently and step up as a defensive presence aligns perfectly with Golden State's high standards. With elite defenders like Draymond Green, Andrew Wiggins, and Gary Payton as his mentors, Hield has every opportunity to improve his two-point defense, one of the few areas in his game that still needs work. This growth could elevate him to a true 3-and-D role, a player archetype that's highly valued in today's NBA. If he continues this trajectory, Hield could soon be regarded as one of the most complete guards in the league, capable of impacting the game from anywhere on the court. For the Warriors, Hield's development is a promising sign as they continue their push for another championship. His three-point shooting adds a new layer to the offense, creating more space for Stephen Curry and other playmakers to operate. His defensive improvements will relieve some of the pressure on Golden State's interior defenders, strengthening the team's overall defensive structure. With Hield in the mix, the Warriors are better positioned to compete with top-tier teams that rely on three-point shooting and versatile scoring threats. As the season unfolds, we can anticipate Hield continuing to elevate his game and seamlessly fitting into the Warriors' dynamic system. Fans and analysts alike should watch as Hield refines his defensive skills and maintains his deadly shooting from beyond the arc. His presence alongside Curry, Green, and Wiggins might just be the spark that keeps the Warriors at the top of the Western Conference and, ultimately, in contention for another NBA title.